A lot of people are out here winging it when it comes to dating and then wonder, why am I struggling? Why haven't I met my person? You know what? I'm going to actually take a break from dating, is what they say eventually after being frustrated.
Hey, love leaders, Cullen Elitia here, your favorite relationship coaches at One Love Works. With over 15 years of experience helping singles find love, today we're giving you the game plan for dating that actually reflects who you are, not just what you've been through.
So if dating has been chaotic, confusing, and you felt like you're just going with the flow until it all fizzles out, then this is your episode. We're showing you how to build that dating plan rooted in your values so you don't keep wasting your time, energy, and money. You need to be active dating, and it comes with having a plan. It's important for you to have an active dating plan. You want to transition into active dating and date with a purpose in order to achieve a goal. And the dating plan helps you achieve the goal. A lot of people are out here winging it when it comes to dating and then wonder, why am I struggling? Why haven't I met my person? You know what? I'm going to actually take a break from dating, is what they say eventually after being frustrated.
I don't care how much we teach you. Doesn't matter. I don't care how much you learn online. We live in an information age, so you're going to find information coming out the cracks of your walls. But I'm going to tell you this, it's going to still require one thing. You're going to have to get out there. I can't tell you how many times my wife and I have been walking out and said, y'all those relationship people, when y'all going to bring somebody to me? And I'm going to tell you something. That's not how it works. If we could do that, we would be failing you. It's just not how it works. You have to be involved in the process from beginning to end. You are uniquely able to choose somebody that's right for you.
Yeah.
Period. And so that's only going to happen through active dating.
Yeah.
You're going to learn as much from a failed date in your mind as you will from one that you would consider a win. But at the end of it all, it's going to have to be your unique process.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to get out of the house to do it.
And one of the first steps in active dating, we talk about this often, is the relationship profile. When you grab your copy of Love Literacy book and you do the profile pages 49 and 51, that's going to help you get a little bit more confidence in this active dating process. So make sure you watch the other video about relationship profile. But today is all about active dating. You might be wondering, what is active dating? Like, we fussing at you about this active dating and how it's different from when people say, oh, I want to date. So to be clear, active dating is being vulnerable. Getting out in those streets and being in places to meet dates.
I'm going to tell you this. If you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You can always abandon a date when it starts to go south. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you can leave, be polite, and leave, excuse yourself from that date because you're not in a relationship with this person. Active dating is just that. You're being active. You're going out and you're engaging with people.
Active dating is a intentional process that you're going to have to stick it out through the challenges, like Cullen said. You're going to have fun. But even when you're not having fun and you feel like some disappointment is coming or this person reminds you of someone else, active dating says, I'm going to still go. I'm going to go on another date. I'm going to keep trying. I'm not going to say, I'll take a pause from dating, or I'm going to put myself on a shelf, or I'm going to go heal and sit down somewhere. No, active dating is being vulnerable, committing to the process, sticking it out during those disappointments, having fun. Dating is a fun shopping experience. It's not a relationship. So we want to make sure that you're doing it in a healthy way, in a fun way, and you have to do it right in order to do that.
Here's my list of what healthy dating isn't. Number one, nobody owes you anything.
Y'all know what he really wants to say.
Nobody owes you anything. So coming to that date with entitlement is a mistake. That person's not a bad person. You guys are just not a good match. Please always come back to that reality. When it doesn't work out, that person is not a villain. Nor are you.
Yeah.
Move on. So it's definitely not that, and I'll let you share.
Number two, active dating is not a guarantee. There are no promises that this date will be the one. Right. And so active dating is not a guaranteed your person. You might be wondering what goes into active dating. How do I have a solid dating plan? I'm glad you asked. Where our members, we actually walk them through this a little bit more intensely. So definitely become a Love Leader member and we'll guide you. But just a general part of what goes into your plan is that 4x4 model. Like you really have to go on dates at least 4 times a month for you to see and increase your opportunities of engaging with your person. Listen, dating is an active process, but it's also a numbers game as well, right? And so the 4x4 model ensures that you're at least looking up and paying attention to who's checking you out 4 times a month. We don't think that that's too much to ask. So going into your dating plan, recognizing that I have to put myself out there at least 4 times a month is not going to be that difficult. If I'm aligning with what I say I want, which is to find my person, then being active with that 4x4 model is going to help you show up in that way.
If 4x4 doesn't work for you, do 5x5.
Get busy.
But just make it work for you, whatever that is. I just want to say this to you. I'm going to borrow something from the New York Lottery. You have to be in it to win it. I'll tell you a short story about when I graduated college. I graduated from University of Florida's advertising department. It was, at the time, it was the #1 in the country. And I remember coming home and I was like, yeah, I got this degree now. They're going to be knocking the doors down to find me. And I had had that experience as a track person, and recruits were looking for me. Nobody came looking for me for my University of Florida degree, even though we were #1 in the country. And it was, and I'm saying all this to say to you, I don't care how great you are. I don't care how great you perceive yourself to be. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be out there, and it's going to require you to be vulnerable, and it's going to require you to be humble. Go out there and find your person.
If we had to do it, you do too.
Yep. What we've seen is by the time somebody builds momentum and starts to gain mastery over dating, they'll have a bad date and then put themselves, man, I'm gonna leave this shit alone for a while. And then they start back all over again. They don't realize that they're actually shooting their efforts in the foot. I don't know if that's usable, but it's real. Like we get that a lot where people are, like, put their stuff on the shelf, and my wife always jumps down their neck. Oh no, man, you
go to therapy and your date. Your therapy
you
at
can
4,
still
go to your
date.
date at 6. Get up.
And I'm in favor of what she says. She says, like,
everybody's worthy. Just get your ass up and
get your
go
ass
and
out
do
there.
it.
You're gonna learn. You're gonna learn out there, and you're gonna learn more from being involved and being in the process. Man, other people ain't perfect out there either. As long as you ain't causing harm, it's gonna be a positive thing for you and the person that
And
you're
I think
involved
what
with.
you're bringing up is a good thing to highlight, that there are some people that do cause harm
Yeah,
in the dating process, and I think that is a whole separate
that's a whole
conversation,
separate.
because we do be telling them, no, don't go on date because you out here talking wrong. If that was my brother or my daddy, I don't even want you to talk. Like, I don't want you talking to people like that. Like, I think that's a whole separate one.
Here's my suggestion. If you're one of those people that's on the fence and you say, I'm not ready to date right now, I'm telling you, you're wrong. This doesn't require perfection.
Yeah.
This just requires vulnerability and braveness. Remember I told you, fortune favors the brave. Go out there, and I promise you, you're perfect just the way you are. Go out there and do it. Because everybody that you're going to meet out there along the way, they're no more perfect than you are, which means that you're perfect for this journey just as much as anybody else that's doing it or that's ever done it.
And you're going to learn more about yourself on the dates. Dating is not something that you could do hypothetically, reading a book, or watching TV. You have to be active. And so if you really want to date and do it well, you're going to have to get out there and get those
reps. Your reps in. Allow yourself to be bad at it until you get good at it.
Now that you have your dating plan in order, you committed to going out there 4x4, getting actually in the streets to date, you're probably wondering, how do I make this stick? So, great question. Here's a few ways. One, you have to commit to active dating. We're not saying it's going to be perfect every time, but you commit to keep doing it. 2, check in with yourself every week. Now, asking yourself, am I dating intentionally, or am I emotionally reaching, or am I wanting this person to solve this problem, is not a good look. So you're going to have to stop and check in with yourself every week. Number 3, you're going to have to create that accountability. We love when people actually talk themselves through it. You might be a writer, so journal it, use voice notes, get yourself a relationship coach. Just don't have a habit of thinking about, I'm going to do this alone.
We're relationship coaches, and we're accountability partners.
And when something doesn't align with you, last thing we have to say is exit early. And I know we can give you the tools on how to part in love, because there is a gracious way to do that. Because if you want to stick to this plan, you're going to have to actually know how to get up off a date too, in a healthy way. So that's all a part of the process. And all the time invitation is just what Cullen said. Become a love leader with membership. We'll actually guide you through that plan of active dating. And lastly, when something doesn't align with you and all the work you've done in your profile, it's time to exit early.
Yeah.
And specifically, you're not negotiating with your values. You are trusting your gut and you're confirming that it's not a match. You're not throwing away that person. You're just confirming that it's not a match and you're trusting your gut in that process.
Beautiful thing about a plan is you're going to start to gain mastery, and you're going to find yourself starting to have more fun, attracting aligned partners faster, and you're going to avoid those emotional roller coasters that have probably occurred at the beginning of this journey, and you're going to learn how to protect your peace better. You're going to get real clear about who you are and what works for you. You'll no longer be easily swayed by superficial stuff. All that stuff matters now. I mean, but it's not, superficial stuff is important, but it's not all important.
Yeah.
You won't have complete buy-in off of what you see. Yeah.
The plan works when you work it, and you're going to make these decisions faster because remember, especially if you're using the active plan with the 4x4 model, we want you to actually use the plan, clean it up, and get all of it out of your system for the next date that you're going on the following week. So faster is the key. We know what happens when you follow the plan. Listen, we followed the plan and got our person, right? And we have clients who followed the plan and got their person. So we expect you follow the plan, follow it regularly, and you're going to have your person. We always love sharing Venus's story. She was a busy, high-performing professional, but she was like, listen, I know I want to have my person. I've come from a family of love. I want my person. She came to us already married, had to go through the divorce process with us because what they found easily and quickly in their sessions with us is it was clear that it wasn't a healthy match. And so we helped them part in love. She came back after some healing. And again, we don't say long healing, but she came back after a couple months of healing. After she did her co-parenting plan and her divorce, she came back and said, I'm ready to date. And in the dating plan and the active dating model, she had to go on dates once a week with her busy life, with her divorce, with her child. But she was actively following the model. So within a year and a half, she went from married to divorce to dating to courting and remarried. Right. That's a very intentional active process, but that was with the person who committed to the plan and didn't get discouraged when it got hard.
Right.
That's what we were here for. We're going to cheer you through with the resources and tools that you need for when it gets hard. Keep going.
So if you're ready to stop dating on default and start dating with direction, become a Love Leader member. And we'll walk you through building your plan step by step. See you in the next video.